Hey guys, this is Kandy here, and welcome to this new, well, it's not going to be a series because I'm going to be recording in one go. So, welcome to this demo called Run Kitty. So, apparently I kind of did do like I already recorded it, but at the same time, I didn't like how it turned out because most of the time the background music was basically overlapping my dialogue whenever I was talking. So yes, I'm back here again because why not play this? And yeah, so from what my understanding of this game is, it's a text adventure, and apparently you cannot find it in the Google Play Store. Because this is where I originally found it from, is from that place. So it's no longer, you can't search it up anymore, so it's not there anymore. So this is the only copy that I have on my phone, and yeah. And I guess we'll just get into the game, and otherwise, like, if this game does do good, let's support the game. Predator and prey. They are just a couple of words, but what meaning do they have? And what kind of relationship do they have? A predator has to hunt, and its prey has to flee. If the prey defends itself, what does its predator do? Will it defend itself as well, or just retreat? Who really stands at the top of the food chain? How does the cycle of life happen in nature? These questions flooded my head like a pouring stream of water, quickly and swiftly filling up a glass. I didn't have any answers to any of them, so my only choice was to let my mind overflow with water. The strong win over the weak, but there's always somebody more powerful. And so, picking one victim after another, the food chain takes its course. How did animals survive in the wild when their only source of food was each other's flesh? Maybe they all die from digestive problems afterwards. Meat is unhealthy. Poor animals. Wait a minute. Predators were carnivorous. We can't really eat any meat. It's harmful to us. But they could digest it without any problems. It's good that nobody sane would try to hunt in today's world. I mean, surviving by absorbing your own kind? We aren't carnivores anymore, but the realization that predation can still take place excites my imagination. I stopped and closed my eyes, breathing in the cool forest air. Nothing but silence. It's nice to walk in the woods alone during the day. You can be alone with your thoughts and problems. I confidently moved on, stepping on soft ground with worn-out sandals. I could go barefoot, but I didn't really feel like it, however. When I realized that it's been a while since I've walked barefoot, I decided to take off my shoes and walk like that for a bit. Not warm enough yet. I mumbled thoughtfully under my breath, shifting from foot to foot. Well, nothing I can do. It's autumn, not summer. Continuing on my way, I kicked fallen leaves in a rough and tough manner. It's fun. Not all the leaves have fallen, but there are still some to play with. Anyways, it's still warm enough just to walk around in a t-shirt, and pants only, but I should get back before it gets dark here. The day was still in full swing, so there was no need to hurry, especially if you're skipping classes at a university like me. What a bad boy, right? Nah, I have a reason to skip classes. Never mind who I am. Who am I kidding? I just wanted to take a walk and skip all of my classes. Going to the forest in the evening sounds like a bad idea, no? What's the point of sitting in a stuffy room writing nothing but boring notes? I wish they'd teach us how to survive in the woods. It would be much more useful. Like, what am I gonna do if I got lost here? Of course, it's unlikely, because I've been here 100 times, but if you think about it, I don't have a compass, what if I didn't take my phone? I should have bought a book about survival in nature. Seriously, if something happens, It just happened that our university is located near the forest, while animals aren't found here, though, so I'm not afraid to walk here. You can walk as much as you want. It's not like anyone's waiting for me at home, and I won't be getting hungry anytime soon. To get an opportunity to study for free, I had to move to another city from my parents and learn to live independently. Pretty cool that university doesn't give a damn about us, that even scholarship students can keep skipping classes freely. Cats usually feel fine alone, but sometimes it can get a little lonely. On the other hand, this is the only way you can be alone with yourself and not be distracted by anything. Nobody's there to give you a hard time either. I wouldn't say that I like studying. I go to the university just because everyone is telling me that I need to get a good education. I have a good grade, but lately I've just wanted to give up. Who enjoys studying anyways? So today I decided to skip half of my classes just because I'm tired of it all. Nature is much more better than the boring four walls. Love your nature. I wanted to sit on the grass, lean back against the tree, and enjoy the fresh air, knowing that no one will get me here. Oh, it feels so nice. I threw my head back, trying to get comfortable. The light of the sunlight was a bit blinding, and a soft, gentle breeze was blowing from the side. Even if they came up with the classes in the woods, they would probably be more useful. I ended up running off alone into the woods either way. Who's gonna come looking for me? My classmates? They would just think I went home, nothing more. And why would they need me anyway? I quietly return home by myself in the late afternoon and go about my business. But now, I'll just rest and rest only. I opened up my eyes. It looks like I dozed off. Nature really is fascinating. Usually I don't fall asleep in the middle of the day, but now, quietly laughing, I got up, dusted myself off, and started walking, calmly looking around. The sun's about to set, so I have to go home. I'd love to keep rocking, but I haven't brought a jacket with me, and I don't want to freeze. I rubbed my shoulders, already feeling a bit chilly. I should hurry. On the way back, my thoughts returned to the topic of predation. It was just too interesting to ignore for some reason. Just imagine if there were predators in this forest right now. I heard the rustlings of the winds of leaves as the wind picked up. It made me a bit nervous. I have to go quickly or I might get sick. The thing in the world I hate the most is getting sick. It takes me ages for me to get cured. I wonder how wildcats survive in nature in the winter in such a biting coldness. Right now, my fur won't even save me from a soft breeze. Did we lose our ability to keep warmth with the fur in exchange for clothes and other tools? I've never got any interest in this before. Maybe it's because I'm a bit jumpy right now. I wouldn't say I'm easy to get nervous, but when I start worrying, it doesn't end well. Don't tell me that I took a wrong turn or something, as if I wasn't scared enough. I took out my smartphone, turning on my GPS to try to navigate home. No service. What the hell? Damn woods. I guess it makes sense that there's no signal, though geolocation maybe. That doesn't need internet service, right? Unable to determine a current location. Wait, are you kidding? I looked around. I probably looked stupid, just staring at my phone in the middle of the woods. I tried my best to convince myself I wasn't lost. It's just impossible. I always go to the forest. Shouldn't I know the way back? Cats always find their way home, right? Time to test that theory out. What does my intuition tell me? It tells me that I made a mistake when I didn't download the compass app on my phone. And what's the point of downloading it if I still don't know where my house is? And I haven't downloaded offline maps. Stupid Simon is what my voice assistant would say if there was a connection, and even that doesn't work without the internet. It's scarier thing one can be without the internet. Your phone just becomes a overpriced paperweight. What would happen if everyone in the world lost communication? Unpleasant thoughts were popping in my head, trying to dive them away. I walked faster, trying to figure out which way I had to go. I remember that I didn't turn anywhere until I laid down to take a nap, which means that I have chose one direction. But which one? Why can't I understand where to go? Is there something mysterious about the forest that's confusing me? I was very surprised and extremely frightened. This is the first time I've ever gotten lost, alone, so I stood rooted on the ground, not knowing where to go. Calm? Just stay calm. I'll find my way home. I just have to calm down. I tried to breathe deeply and avoid panicking. For such a coward like me, it's hard to figure out what to do in an unexpected situation. What do I do? What do I do? I need to do something right now before I completely panic. I don't want to stay here tonight. I calmed down and sniffed. A surefire way to find your way back is to retrace your scent trail. Thank God cats didn't lose the acute sense of smell when they evolved from our tetrabot ancestors. Catching my scent is one direction. I boldly set off at a light jog. Everyone seems to be getting better. Soon I'll come out of the forest and I'll be home. My legs started to get tired, giving me the feeling that I was going the wrong direction. Looks like I have to look around to take a taxi once I get out of here eventually. I looked around and sniffed again. My scent trail began to dissipate. Where did I turn then? It wasn't a forest with hiking trails or anything, just a usual deep forest. Nobody walks there. Otherwise, I would have chosen it for privacy. And I began to really regret that decision, because now nobody can help me. No smells other than my own, and wait, is my trail splitting? Or even worse, so many branches of my scent. How is that possible? I only made a single turn. Or is this a fresh scent? Was I just here? Am I going in circles? Stop fooling around with me, Nose. This can't be happening. My legs shook and my whole body trembled, nearly collapsing to the ground. How? Just how? How could it come to this? I've been walking around here for who knows how long, trying to find a way out, messing with my own footprints, and no signal showing on my phone. Is this a punishment for skipping classes? Because I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. I started walking in one direction, trying to pull myself together. The sun already sank below the horizon. I can't believe it got dark so quickly. It's going to get cold soon. I can see in the dark, but how can I put it at ease? All alone, in the middle of the woods, no food or water. Why did I do this again? I don't have any idea how long I was walking for, but suddenly my nose got the smell of something strange. I stopped and sniffed, sharply pulling my ears out to the sides to hear better. It's not my smell, not just mine, but someone else's too. Is someone here? Really? Is it help? Or did someone poor get lost in the woods too? I felt a glimmer of hope, but as soon as I rushed to the source of the smell, I immediately stopped. This scent isn't like mine. I know what my friend smells like. They all just smell a certain way. But the scent didn't belong to a friend, as far as I know. Or did it? I had to spend some time to analyze the strange scent. It was slowly getting stronger. Is it just me, or have I smelled something like this before? It's so familiar. Really? A twig snapped under my foot, and I shrieked as I almost fell down. Christ! What the damn? My heart's racing now. It's really scared me. Before I gathered my bearings, I heard some rustling, presumably from a bush. Somewhere in the distance, a crow cawed. It was slowly getting darker and darker. If it got any worse, it looks like I might get a heart attack and die. I need to get out of here right now and not let my fear vanquish my mind. Easy. Making my way farther into the forest, I just couldn't shake off the idea that there was something wrong with the scent. It was like someone would like to help me. I feel like I'm about to be the victim of a murder right now. I froze, and at the same time I felt a shiver. I jumped, looking around in all directions. The smell, isn't it? I sniffed again. Whatever it is, it's closer than I think, and the smell, so pungent, such a strong scent. The only thing that could smell like that is... predator? I whispered, and all the sense of excitement, panicked, and fear mingled within me, creating a rattling mixture called danger. At the same moment, I heard a sharp rustle on the left, and with a loud cry of surprise, I rushed to run where my eyes were looking. Anywhere to get away from danger, the idea was already stuck in my head that I was already being chased by a predator, ready to devour me at any second. Breathing became hard and my legs wanted to give out, but I didn't slow down. I kept running, and running. That smell became even more clear and strong, and there was no doubt I was being chased. Cats run quickly, and so I have a good chance of escape. But if my opponent is stronger than me, a confrontation would be bad. I don't have much endurance, and my strength might run out sooner or later. I must ensure that I won't get tired. I feel like I've been running for 10 minutes, maybe more. Keeping the track of time when you're being chased by something potentially deadly is extremely difficult. You just stop thinking about it all. This smell is getting closer and closer. It was intoxicating, making my adrenaline pump even harder. At this point, I wasn't even sure if it was either from fear or... Ah! I tripped over a fallen log, landing on the ground. Oof! Ouch! It hurts so much. I don't have time for this. I have to get up and run. That would be a real shame if I was murdered right here. Real cats must fight until the last breath, but what do I do if they're stronger than me? Judging by the sharp smell that hit my nose, this predator is very determined. How could it be? I thought there weren't any sort of predators in this forest. Is someone there? Or is it just my imagination? Quickly getting on my feet, I began trying to assess the situation. I can't run anymore. My paws were whacked with pain and exhaustion. But I have to defend myself somehow before being ambushed. Panic had already set in, pulling me into a chokehold, but I tried to escape it using my common sense. Think, Simon. What should you do if you can't run away? There's nothing but trees. I looked at a small pine tree at a distance, a large branch protruding not too above from the ground. Can I make it? Won't the predator get me? Time was running out, so I decided to just try it anyway. Starting to run with the last ounce of my strength, using my momentum to climb the tree trunk as my paws finally caught the base of the branch. Swinging myself up and over, I wrapped my paws and my tail lightly around the thick branch. I looked down terrified. This branch seemed quite low, but the ground seemed just far enough to be safe. This is good. They can't reach me here. Now I can take a breathe. But before I could relax, a butterfly sat on my finger. It shuddered upon such a soft contact for a second. I thought it wasn't safe even here. Hey, don't scare me like that. What a beautiful insect. It's just quietly sitting there, not suspecting anything. I could just slam my paw and... No, I wouldn't do that. I'm not a predator. I'm a Mr. Good Cat, but very skittish. Making a connection between myself and this beauty of nature comforted me for a bit. I'm not the only one here. There's at least something soulful here who understands me. I was interrupted by another rustle, and the butterfly flew off of my finger. No! No! Don't leave me! But as soon as I tried to reach out, I quickly gripped the branch, almost losing balance. Dangerous. Very dangerous. It would be even more ridiculous to die from a falling tree. I don't know what I prefer, to die from the jaws of a predator or hitting the cold ground. I pressed myself against the branch, surveying the area. Meanwhile, the scent that I was so scared of was getting closer. Oh, I think I dropped my sandals, and they smell like me. Damn! It knows what I smell like. It can find me. Whatever, it probably would have found me anyway after finding my scent trail. It's probably much stronger now because of how much I was panicking. Wait, if I'm being followed, why haven't I been chased? Or maybe They are planning a surprise attack. I looked around, making sure that there was no nearby that could pounce on me. This is just stupid. I'm an idiot. I climbed the tree in a few seconds, flat, on a really high branch. And how did I climb up? It reminds me of a quote from a cartoon. There will be scrapes, chases, fights, blood, murders, and deception. It must be definitely sure it won't happen with me, or else the outcome would be very regrettable. What is that saying? Face your fears? I don't think I'm ready to do that. No, I'm not ready at all. I tremble like a leaf, flitting for something hanging off a branch. I waited for something to happen. What if that predator never comes? How will it get out of here? And if I run now, will it just attack and shred me to pieces from behind? That thought made my heart jump into my throat, and my grip on the branch became tighter, and I thought I bellowed aloud as I breathed heavily. Somebody, please help me. Suddenly I heard faint footsteps. No, not footsteps, but running. How someone can even hear the running? Pretty easy. It's just as fast pacing of someone. I sniffed again. I think that scent is going to drive me insane. It's like I'm breathing some alcohol. I don't think they came to save me. That predator's here. But I'm not going to give up yet. Try to get me out of here, monster. The fur on my neck bristled as I pressed hard into the branch, ready to give a good fight with the predator. But how will I fight him? I can't use my hands if I'm still clinging onto the branch. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. The main thing now is to see who that bastard is that made me run for who knows how many miles and run up this damn tree. Come out, you bastard! I'll show you! I shouted in the direction of the outgoing sound. The footsteps immediately stopped. What? Are you scared? Come on! Come out, you damn coward! I suddenly got bolder, and I even wanted to kick this asshole who was ready to tear me apart. But when I heard a sharp sound and the enemy, I nearly slipped and... Ah! I screamed, clinging to the branch, closing my eyes. My voice echoed through the silent forest like a shockwave blasting everything on its own way. Everything except... Jeez. Stop shouting like that. Huh? I heard a familiar voice and opened my eyes. All my panic and fear instantly vanished, but I didn't stop trembling. Black t-shirt, gym pants, brown fur, and blue eyes. I'd recognize him anywhere. And now he stood in front of me. Simon, are you a cuckoo? He frowned and stared at me, knocking his fist on his head. Richard? What are you doing here? That's what I could say while staring at him. My mind was full of fears of falling down, and I clung to the branch even harder. Running after you, it was a nice run, thanks, but why the hell did you run away from me like that? It was you? You dumb cat, so scared of everything. Thank me for being nearby. I froze, unable to say anything. I was expecting everything besides this. How could I forget how Richard smells? What an idiot I am. Because of how badly I panicked, all logic left me. That's no good. Could you tell me, please, how did you get up there? Anyway. Well, to be honest, this is pretty common with me. I get into some kind of trouble, and every time I have to explain what happened, this big guy is Richard. We're in a study group together. The only time we can talk is when we're studying, so we're not very close friends. Personally speaking, though, I have feelings for him that are a lot more than just a friendship. I'd like to go into a more detailed explanation, but our budget is limited, so you have to settle for his face in the forest while I tell this story. From the very first day I saw him, I think something clicked inside. That powerful, handsome guy just walked into our classroom and said hello to everyone. He told us he would be ahead of our class. It's been 2 years since we've been studying together, and I've only liked him more since then. But I'm a very shy boy by my nature. I'm too scared to tell him about that, though. He's the perfect guy. Girls flirt with him left and right, and he gladly helps everyone, but when he's angry, It's obvious to see that. He's a good and kind dog, maybe a little aggressive sometimes, but everyone's used to it, so he's pretty good at his duties as the head of our class. He has better grades than me, often making friends with the professors as well. He hates half-assing things and always takes everything he does seriously. Besides, he also plays musical instruments, is good at cooking, drawing, and even does sports. When he takes off his shirt off in gym class, I can barely control myself. His powerful muscular body teases me to the point where steam escapes my ears. Even now, in that t-shirt, he looks so handsome that... And for how long are you just gonna stare at me? Damn, sorry, just give me a second. The dog barely smiled and then frowned and stepped closer, watching as I laid my paw on a more convenient place of the branch. Okay, just tell me about it later. We need to get out of here first. How did you even get here? I was scared. I thought you were a predator. Oh, me? Do I look like a predator? You thought I'd tear you apart? Scaredy cat, come here. Getting down? Hell no! I found myself unable to let go of the branch, almost as if it was a part of me now. How do I get down? This is too high for me. So, you're just gonna sit there all night, aren't you? That's not a good idea. How long have you been here? You must be hungry. In support of these words, my stomach involuntarily rumbled. If you can't get out of here yourself, then let me help you. He opened his arms, raising his head up and getting ready to catch me. You want me to jump down? Don't worry, I'll catch you. Come on, don't be afraid. And if you can't? His expression turned dark. Are you joking? I've managed to catch more things coming my way than you can count. You don't trust me? I do, but you want to stay here tonight and become some creature's dinner, right? No, I don't. You have a choice. Are you gonna jump or what? I swallowed nervously and looked at him. If he catches me, I should be perfectly fine. I'm not that heavy like him, but what if... Simon, don't test my patience. He's so impatient that he doesn't let me have any time to think. Nevertheless, falling down right into his paws, doesn't it sound enticing? It's not like I want to take an advantage of this situation to be in his arms, but who am I kidding? I always dream about it. I guess I'm willing to overcome my fears and jump into his arms for that. Fine, I'll jump, but make sure you can catch me. Richard smiled, raising his large arms higher. You'll be as light as a feather to me, I'm sure. Come on, kitty. And that grin, his mood changes so fast. He can go from being rude to funny to be outraged. I love him so much, too bad he doesn't know about it. I gradually eased my death grip on the branch, freeing my tail and legs as well. Goodbye, branch. You've helped me a lot, but I have to leave you now, to someone I value more. Push off the tree trunk. If you come at me at too steep of an angle, I might get caught off guard. Okay. You have my trust in you now, so don't abuse it. Don't stop. I'd get you anyway. Give me a second. I let go of the branch and pushed off the trunk as I started falling down with my eyes closed. I fell for only about a moment before I was greeted by a surprisingly harmless landing. That's it, you worrywart. I slowly opened my eyes, looking up at Richard. Yeah, I fell right into his arms, and now I'm looking right into his eyes. I began to ease into his strong, yet warm and cozy grasp. What a pleasure to be in his arms. To be honest, this isn't the first time that has happened during PE classes. There was a similar situation, but now it's just the two of us, and time to go on forever when I look into his blue eyes. Simon, you good? You seem to like that a lot. Yes, a lot. We can do it again, if you want. I just realized what I said. I didn't mean it. I tried to move and get out of his hold, but seeing the look on his face and feeling such an enjoyable comfort, I immediately changed my mind. It's okay, you don't have to thank me. Thanks. I was so entranced, I even forgot to tell him that. In response, he just smiled and began looking around. It's really late now. You'll freeze if you try to get out of your own. Let's stick together. I'll take you back home. Yeah, that would be nice. I shivered as soon as I reminded of the cold. I should have brought my jacket. Do you want to sleep? You look tired. I was a bit, nervous. I'm tired from constant panic and fear, which turned out to be in vain, and not exactly from something I'm used to. Anyway, there should be no place for such thoughts. What am I thinking of? Richard, you're really warm. Your grasp feels so good and calming so much it makes me sleepy. But maybe sleeping in his arms would be a bit rude. Have a sleep then. After what happened today, you should try to get your strength. I'll get you home. Don't worry. Okay. Thanks. You're welcome, boy. You're lucky if I found you here. Yeah. Definitely. He smiled, looking into my eyes. I smiled at him too, or at least as much as I could do in my exhausted state. He is a really good dog. He saved me, so to speak, from losing my mind. It's my fault for being scared of him without being recognizing his scent. I could easily recognize it, and probably won't make a mistake him for a predator again, although he still looks like a predator a bit. Richard moved on, still holding me, and I closed my eyes, beginning to doze off. I haven't thought I'd fall asleep like this, being held by him. Here's my chance. Good evening, guys. Good evening. We're Richard and Simon. Nice weather here, isn't it? Yeah, it's a great time to take a walk in the woods. What do you think of the demo? Did you like it? I guess that's if you're here, it means you've got to the end. Think the developers are working on it hard. Working hard. We need to meet the expectations. Are you sad? Stop seeing trouble in everything. Calm down, the worst is already over. Everything will be fine, I hope. No worries. Let's just celebrate that we finally released the demo, at least. Celebrating is great, but what are we gonna do? Well, maybe. Richard? What are you doing? Huh? Didn't you notice it's pretty warm in here? Warm in here? It's night outside. Go get dressed. Oh. I see someone's blushing right here. Aren't you? Well, then. Richard, pull down your shirt. Don't embarrass the public. Who's gonna be embarrassed? You know, we need to draw players' attention, and so. No, not that much. Tell me, did somebody get undressed during the night? Now who's getting embarrassed? Have a look at here. Really? Well, what do you think of my body? Does it look great? Sure it does. Wanna touch it? Not now. We're in the public. Oh yeah, but wait, our players want to see how much pleasant surprises await them in the full game. You're gonna touch me all over. No spoilers, Richard. They'd lose the interest. If you know how to tell spoilers, you can work their appetite pretty well. I see yours is working up. Enough. Let's get this over with and get down to business. I see you don't want it to have an eye on for me for long, but when we come home, you have to touch me all over. So guys, thank you so much for playing. We worked really hard to get it done. We're really glad to hear your feedback and suggestion on VK, Twitter, Facebook, and email. We also have Patreon where you can support us and get bonuses. this, you can get the game done with even faster, so come visit us. What's going to be in the full game? These are spoilers, but we're gonna tell you that there'll be a very hot scene to look at. Hot? But the autumn is unusually cold. Believe me, these scenes can heat up you even in the cold. And Simon is gonna sing a song. Me? Yes, for those who don't know, we'll have a song, and it will be sung by no other than Simon himself. That's very nice, but the game is not voiced at all. No worries, they'll still hear your sweet voice when they get to the very end. Oh wait, compliments? Fine, let's get back home. I'm cold. It's going to be very, very warm in here. No fears. Thank you all for your attention. See you in the full game. See you soon. Subscribe and follow us for news. Yay! We made it to the end for the second time, for me at least. I hope you guys did enjoy this game. It kind of like it kind of made my voice kind of strained right now, so I have to rest up, and plus I have to do like other stuff, and plus edit this video as well, and yeah, and plus please give these people the support they need, because I'm pretty sure by the time the full game comes up, if it's gonna be free or basically I have to pay, I will basically support it all the way. Okay, like I can't wait to play the full game at all. But if you guys did enjoy and want to see something similar like this, you can guys go check out my channel, Kandy. Go subscribe, go click a comment, or share anything that's on my channel to all your friends and family. Probably not the family, but yeah, my name is Kandy, and bye. Hey guys, Kandy here, and I'm in the middle of editing this video right now, and I basically reached the end of the video, so I will basically have to finalize everything. So I did promise you guys to basically to keep you guys updated of what happened to the game. So apparently it is removed from the Google Play Store. They didn't really specify the reason as to why, but I have a very good reason that it may lead to them, because it could lead to like something very sexual scenes. I'm guessing that's why it was taking off the Google Play stores. But other than that, I'm not sure if they're continuing, but they still have their Patreon open, which I will leave in the descriptions below, and I guessing for further, like if you want to support them even further. So yeah, so that's it of my update, and I guess I'll see you later.